We thought we'd take a pre-Christmas trip to Titchwell this week, and that means an early start. Well, here we are at Titchwell Marsh, just walking up from the car park. Anyone who hasn't been here before is a quick tour. You come from the car park into a feeder area where you can watch various birds come to the feeders. They've also got a really decent visitor centre here and a cafe. And in the RSPB shop you can buy everything from bird food and feeders to optics, binoculars and scopes and so on. Cards, books, DVDs, CDs, everything you could think of really for the nature lover. Leaving the visitor centre you can either take the beach path or this boardwalk which leads you through a wooded area. Lots of birds flitting about in the trees, actually goldfinches. Just noticed some movement nearer the ground. It's actually a jay. Always nice to see jays, really brightly coloured member of the crow family. It's actually feeding on a nut feeder that's hanging in the trees there. Well, if you carry on down this boardwalk, straight on will take you to a hide and then eventually 3 viewing screens, but there's no access to those at the moment because there's some work going on. But a left turn will take you on the meadow trail, which is also boardwalked. It's actually called the meadow trail, but there's also large areas of reed bed down here. There's also 1 or 2 ponds, and in the spring and summer it's teeming with life. Well, as I said, the other hide is closed, so we're going to go straight down to the island hide. There's a few people braving the vicious northwesterly wind that's blowing at the moment. I'm actually filming handheld today. I'm suffering with my shoulder and neck at the moment, so I didn't fancy carrying a heavy tripod. Here we are at the island hide. So, as I say, I haven't brought a tripod, so I do apologise if the shots seem a little bit more wobbly than usual. Not a lot to be seen out there. A selection of ducks and a small flock of avocet. Got another flock of dark-bellied Brent geese just flown in. They'll be here until next spring. Well, there's not much on view from here, so let's go straight down to the Perinda hide. On the way you can look over miles of salt marsh. Okay, here we are at the Perinda hide, divided into 2 separate halves. We'll check out the left hand side first, which overlooks this tidal marsh, and like last time, quite a few red shank on view, and quite a few shelduck sifting through the mud there. Well, and this is nice. It's a grey plover. Haven't seen a grey plover in a long time. Certainly the first one we've seen and filmed this year. Also a few ring plover out there, and curlew, of course. Now you can see curlew out on the salt marshes there, but you're almost guaranteed to get really decent close views of this really cracking bird from the left hand side of the Perinda hide. There's another small wader out there on its own. That's a dunlin. Haven't seen one of those for a bit either. Well, we've just swapped sides. We're in the right hand side of the Perinda hide now, overlooking the lagoon. And there's a small flock of avocet again, the same flock we saw from the previous side. And also the mix of ducks there, teal and widgeon. And we've got some widgeon grazing by the shoreline here. Common birds, but the males are pretty impressive looking. And also ultra close views of both male and female teal by the shoreline as well. And also looking down, we've got a starling here probing in the reeds. You can actually see how they feed here. They've stab their beak into the ground, or in this case the reeds, and then open it to make a bigger space to get their prey. Got really strong beak muscles. And looking further down the shoreline, we've got a solitary black-tailed godwit, and a little bit closer. Excellent. Got a snipe. It's probably the closest footage I've got of a snipe in quite a while. What a superb bird. Well, something's just put the ducks to flight there. And looking up into the sky, there's the culprit. It's a female marsh harrier. Always an impressive sight. Well, it's about time we started back for home, and so I'll leave you with that beautiful bird. I'll see you next time.